Alright, I'll keep this hand. Has some action. The thing I really like about Blood Scrivener is, just replenish your hand. The only drawback is if you're flooding and you can't play all your lands quickly enough. That's basically the only scenario where you don't get to draw cards, assuming it survives. Two of them is going to be interesting. They are cumulative though. Who targets us? Nice. Get any grave crawlers? Yes, we did. Alright, so it looks like we're against a mill deck. Crypt Incursion, exile all creature cards from target player's graveyard. Gain 3 life for each card exiled this way. That's a lot of life to overcome. And they won't be able to do it next turn. They can spell bomb us. I think I want to just take the glimpse. So we have Incursion, Quarter Island. They can't Incursion us yet. They have to spell bomb us. Well, they let us untap. So we'll just cast this Gravecrawler from our graveyard. I don't know why they would wait on that. Then we attack for 4. Then we play Blood Scrivener. And let's see. We have 2 swamps in the graveyard, 1 on the battlefield, and 1 in hand. So there are no more in our library. There is a Plains in our library. There's always a Plains in my library. So we could fetch Godless Shrine. I don't think we're going to die from damage. Looks like this is a mill deck. So the only way we get punished here is if they drew Archive Trap this turn. But I think we want to do it now because we're going to have to fetch eventually, I would assume. Maybe not. I guess with this much pressure, we don't need to actually fetch. Could have just played Swamp. Opponent doesn't cycle a Spell Bomb. Just holding on to that Spell Bomb for dear life. Doesn't want to cash it in. Take 8. This is another combo I like with Blood Scrivener is Liliana, because you can tick Liliana up, and that'll empty your hand, so then the Scrivener's active. And we know they have Crypt Incursion in hand, so they're going to be gaining some life, presumably this turn. That's why they're not cracking the Spell Bomb. Ooh, Visions Beyond. The graveyard has 20 more cards in it, draw 3 cards instead. We only have 15, so they just drew 1 card. Crypt Incursion would gain them 1... Wow, 3 life, that's it. We only have 1 creature in our graveyard because we bought back the Gravecrawler. Attack, force them to use the Crypt Incursion to gain 3. Yep. Gain 3, take 8. Then we'll Inquisition you. So they have Flooded Strand, Ghost Quarter. Play our creature. And discard your Flooded Strand. And then your turn. And they sack the spell bomb, targeting us. Okay. And you draw your last card for the game. We have 34 cards in our library. Alright, so if they're a mill deck, Lingering Souls seems good, because we can just flash back. Forge Tender doesn't do anything, Stony Silence doesn't do anything, Thoughtseize does some stuff. Nihil Spellbomb, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. So I like that because we can actually target ourselves, and that'll keep them from being able to draw 3 cards off their, what is it called, the vision card. So now they could have some creatures, but I think that is not super likely. We certainly don't want to keep this much removal in. We might just want to keep extra cards in, like not submit a 60 card deck. Right now we're at 63. So Oath, they would have to sack a creature. We want to keep Liliana in because discarding cards is good. So we have 4 Inquisition, 2 Thoughtseize, 4 Sculler, and Dark Salvation can make multiple creatures. It's not super good though. I think we'll just submit a 62 card deck. We don't want to get our mana ratio too far off. This one's a tough one. We don't have any disruption. Dark Salvation is one of our worst cards. We have turn 1 Shrine, turn 2 Mutavault, turn 3 Lingering Souls, turn 4 Flashback, turn 5 Dark Salvation for 2. I guess turn 4 would be Flashback, attack with Mutavault. This is a real slow clock though too. I think we just mulligan this hand. Alright, so here we go, Inquisition into Scrivener. I guess we get to Scry. That's bottom. Let's see what we're up against. Mesmeric Orb. Whenever a permanent becomes untapped, a player permanent controller puts the top card library into the graveyard. Okay. So these are just going to cycle. I think we just take one of the orbs. So they have Orb, Vision, Crypt Incursion. Yep, mill 1. We drew Sorin, the card we scribed to the bottom. Milled 2 lands. Could attack with Mutavault, but I think knowing that what they have in their hand, we're just going to attack this guy. Yep, cycling of visions. Milling themselves. Probably if I were the opponent, I would just tap all my lands at the end step just to mill myself, so you can turn on the other visions. So you get 20 cards in your own graveyard. It's like pretty good for you. It's not like I'm going to deck the opponent. Still no Lingering Souls in the yard. So I guess we just start getting our clock on. Might get Ghost Quartered here, which we're fine with. We would get, I guess, a Plains. What is this? Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. Alright. Successfully killed our land. Yes, I would in fact like to use that ability. I will get Swamp. Then I assume you're Archive Trapping this. Yep. Archive Trap. And now I guess they have another Visions. And we did not draw land. We can get back Gravecrawler. Can't flash back Lingering Souls. We have 3 Gravecrawlers in our graveyard now. Opponent went back up to 20. Back down. Draws 3. With exactly 20 in our graveyard. Thoughtseize, okay. What's our exiled pile look like? 2 Gravecrawlers. Okay. I'm going to Thoughtseize the opponent here. Draw 3, yep. 6 in hand. Ghost Quarter. Let's see, I have Swamp, 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 Swamp. So there is a Plains. I suspect that they're doing this because they have Archive Trap in hand. Trapping us, we get 13 cards, we go to 12, then we would untap 3, yeah, 9. I don't think we can beat that, so we're just going to say no. I think we're just all in on what we have. Yep, I was right. Archive Trap. Target player puts the top 8 cards of library into the graveyard. This one is just Fog. This one will double the amount that we're getting milled by. This I can cast for 5 in 2 turns, which I guess I'll be able to do anyway. So let's just take the traps. So they have Fog, Orb, and Mill 8. I don't think we could actually win at this point, unfortunately. Because we're just going to get milled for 6 each turn with the orbs, and we have to hit them more than 3 times. Yep. Yeah, we're just dead. Okay. So, Dark Salvation did not really do anything. Oath of Liliana won't really do anything. Still didn't see any creatures. Forge Tender is just a 1/1 for 1. It does something. Stony Silence would turn off our own spell bombs, but it would also turn off the opponent's spell bombs. I guess Oath would give us some zombies. Sorin's not great either. But I think I want to go back down to 60. So we got mana screwed that game. We don't want that to happen again. I felt like if we had lands, we would have been in fine shape. So we're on the play. Get to scry. So we scry to the bottom, play Gravecrawler, draw. Hopefully it's a land. If it's a land, we can go Inquisition Gravecrawler. If it's not a land, we just go Gravecrawler again. Then we can Inquisition the next turn. So I think this is a keep. All right, let's top that. Hedron Crab. So they do have an Archive Trap. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything about that yet. I mean, we have to fetch and play our land, so we're just going to get milled for 13. Let's see, Smother, don't really care about that. Echoing Truth, I think we're okay with that. I think it's just Mesmeric Orb. So Swamp, Grave, Smother, Echoing Truth. Yes. And we get milled for 13. And we did not hit anything. Yeah, we hit a Lingering Souls. Flashback Lingering Souls. We play a Gravecrawler. We have nothing of note in our graveyard. Still nothing of note. Now we have a Lingering Souls. So we can Spell Bomb. I really want to turn off an opposing visions by targeting ourselves. Means we'll have to take a turn off from playing the Gravecrawler, which I think we're fine with. They have to nope, can't do it. Alright. Cast this guy. I guess we should have attacked first, in case they have another Echoing Truth. Okay, Smother the Gravecrawler. Yep. I've seen better Smothers. Shelldock Isle, yep. You may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if a library has 20 or fewer. Okay. We have 24. And just a grave crawler in the yard. Yep. So let's see, we attack. I'm going to play Thoughtseize. Nice. Glad I did that post-combat. So they have Darkness, now they just have Watery Grave, which they will be able to turn on the Isle next turn because they're going to play the Grave and mill us for 3, and we're going to have 20 in our library. What can you do? Play the Grave Crawler. Pass. We do have the opponent on a 2-turn clock, depending on what that Shelldock Isle, what's under that. Got nothing on that. Still nothing of note in the graveyard. Don't know what's in the opponent's hand. Don't know what's under the Isle. Probably about to find out what's under the Isle. See what this is. Entering. Put a creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It gains haste until end of turn. Okay. What are you putting into play under your control? Tide Hollow Sculler. Nice. Okay. So wait a second. Did I thought it was like an okay thing where it's like I guess I had to respond to them casting it. Like, I guess that's what was happening. I would have sacked the spell bomb instead. Oh well. Resolves. So Lingering Souls is under the Sculler. And so we could actually play Swamp Blood Scrivener and then sack the Spell Bomb. And when we draw a card with the Spell Bomb, we actually draw 2 cards because of the Blood Scrivener. That's pretty neat. I will attack with everyone. Not worried about dying to damage when I'm at 14. Rather just attack and get the... You don't have good blocks. Block a Grave Crawler and give us our Lingering Souls back. Just take 8, go to 3. We need a 10. So the opponent has to draw something real good this turn. We have 19 in our library. If they draw like a Darkness or Crypt Incursion, that'd be good. I'm not going to sack the Spell Bomb. Crypt Incursion. Exile all creature cards from target player's graveyard. You gain 3 life for each exile this way. Alright, we will target ourselves. I don't think I want to draw a card actually. I'm going to say no. So I think the only way they're going to beat us is by milling us. And so drawing a card actually Mills us. Alright, what you doing now? Disfigure. Okay. With the ability on the stack, nice. So now you're going to exile and gain 3, go to 6. So then you can chump block, double chump block to stay alive, and give yourself one more draw step. But now Spellbomb was actually pretty handy there. This opponent goes to 2. I'm going to cast this. Might as well cast this. Play that. Alright, well, good games.